girls, and welcome to my preview of the final Premier League game of the season, Huddersfield against Arsenal, and of course Arsene Wenger's last ever game as Arsenal manager. Now, as it's the final game, I'm going to give a little treat to you guys. As you saw throughout the season, especially earlier on, I was doing some stuff with the app BetBall. And for the final game, I'm going to do a final bet, and I'm going to give you a chance of winning some money. It's very straightforward. I'm going to take you through the process in a moment. Of course, last Premier League week, so who knows what's going to happen. There's the World Cup coming up, so you don't want to miss out on that. And of course, BetBall, they do have independent tipsters. They do daily challenges, £20 to £1,000. All you've got to do is go and follow the bets for your chance to win £100. It's very, very simple. The links to everything will be in the description below. You know what to do. Go click on them and get yourself involved. Now, in terms of the bet for the weekend, we're going to do straightforward bets. I'm going to do a minimum 4 bets for this one because being the last game, you never know. There's not really much to play for. So there's no real dead certs in this one. Now, as you can see, we've got the home page there. It's pretty straightforward. We tap the button at the bottom, which comes up with the market. We've got the whole entire Premier League to choose from. First of all, Huddersfield against Arsenal. Yes, I am going to bet on that game, and I'm going to go for an away win. I'm hoping we can get that away win. Tottenham against Leicester. I'm actually going to go with a Spurs win for that. Last game at Wembley before they move back to White Hart Lane. Next one, I'm going to go with Manchester United winning against Watford. I'm also going to go with Manchester City winning at Southampton. And you know what? I'm going to go for a fifth one. I'm going to go for a West Ham win against Everton. Right hand bottom corner. Click on the total. Stick £5 on there. Possible return, £46.44. We're going to place the bet right now. Wait for this to go through, and there we have it. Receipt is coming through. Now, you do have an opportunity of spinning the wheel here. This is a really cool feature. Spin it. Let's see where this one lands. It's a chance to multiply the bet. What we going with? Oh, what's it going to give me here? Let's have a look. 1 game insured. That's pretty good. That's decent, that. So, tap to claim. Add that on there. Job done. It is that simple. So, like I said, links are in the description. Get yourself involved. But now let's get into the preview of Huddersfield against Arsenal. Like I said, last game of the season, last game for Arsene Wenger as Arsenal manager. We have not got a point away from home in 2018. It was another awful away performance against Leicester. Down to 10 men after about 15 minutes. And we end up losing the game 3-1. Now, overall, some of the players didn't play too badly. We worked really, really hard, and it was really difficult being down to 10 men. But ultimately, we lost again. Now, the one good thing about this game is that Huddersfield are not going into this needing anything to survive in the Premier League. They got the 1 point they needed at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday night, so they can relax. I've already seen pictures that they were allowed to celebrate, have a drink, and let themselves go after the game. So hopefully for our sake, they are still in party mode, and we can actually get them first points on the board. As far as I'm concerned, it's important to get this record out of the way before the new manager comes in, because the moment he comes in, that record still remains, and he will then have to try and get rid of it. So already it's negativity before he's even started, and I don't want that. So hopefully, as I said, we can get something out of this game. Now, in terms of Huddersfield, you know what? Absolutely fair play to them. I actually thought they were the team that may get relegated. I didn't want them to get relegated. Really didn't. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't want them to get relegated is because that's where my mum was born. That's where a lot of my family, my uncles, still live to this day. Up until my mum was about 12, something like that, she moved down to London with my granddad, and they moved to Woolwich. And of course, that's where my dad's from and where my dad was born. And then when my mum was about 16 years old, she was working in the local pub which my granddad owned. My dad, he was in the army barracks at Woolwich, and that's where they used to go and drink, and that's where he met my mum. And then they had 4 of us, they were married, and yeah, the rest is history. So yeah, Huddersfield to me, yeah, means a little something to me, because obviously that's where my mum and that side of the family come from. So I'm really happy that they've survived in the Premier League, and I'm really happy that, you know, they got it over and done with before they had to play us, because I'd have been absolutely gutted if we beat them and we actually relegated them. Although my priority is to see Arsenal winning, there would have still been that, you know, hint of sadness to it. So yeah, we can both go into this game with a relatively relaxed mood, and like I said, hopefully they've been partying long and hard, and yeah, we can go and get the 3 points in this game. So in terms of the 1 to 11, I'm going to go with the strongest lineup possible, seeing that it's the last game. And yeah, this is what I'm going to go with. In goal, Cech. He's the goalkeeper in the Premier League. I can't see this one changing. In the right back position, we're going to go with Hector Bellerin. Got a rest the other night against Leicester. We're going to bring him straight back in for this game. So yeah, Hector Bellerin goes in at right back. Left back, I'm going to go with Nacho Monreal. Kolasinac played the last couple of games. Nacho's had a break, so I'm going to bring Nacho back in for this one. In central defence, now we've lost Mavropanos because obviously he's suspended from being sent off against Leicester. First of all, I'm going to bring Callum Chambers into the side. He got a rest against Leicester. A couple of games before that, he's played really well, so I'm going to bring him back in. And alongside him, I'm going to bring Mustafi, another player that's had a rest the last couple of games. Last game before he goes off to the World Cup with Germany, so I'm going to stick him in there. In the midfield area, starting off, we're going to go with Granit Xhaka. Played against Leicester. He's had a decent couple of months. Last game of the season. And yeah, hopefully he can put a good performance in, and we're going to stick him in there. In the midfield area, we're going to start off with Aaron Ramsey. Run himself into the ground against Leicester. Really tried, really worked hard, but it just wasn't to be. But for this one, last game of the season, I'm going to play him in there. Alongside him, we're going to go with Jack Wilshere. Now, he missed the game against Leicester because his wife went into labour. And now, since then, his wife has given birth to his baby daughter. Massive congratulations to you, Jack Wilshere. So, you know, you're going to be spending the next couple of days with your family and your daughter and everything else. But we need you for this game, mate. So you're going to have to leave them for 24 hours at least. And come and get yourself involved for this game. Because obviously, last game of the season, we want to see you there. And yeah, I'll put him there alongside Aaron Ramsey. Kind of in that number 10 role now. First of all, we're going to go with Mkhitaryan. Mesut Ozil, was pretty obvious that he isn't going to play no more this season. He's got a back injury. We'll see the reports from his agent and the way he absolutely ripped into Martin Keown. So yeah, fair enough. He's got a back injury. He's got a back injury. How severe is it? I don't think it's that bad. I think if this was an important game, like maybe the Europa League final, Mesut Ozil would be fit. But I think that they're resting him and they're going to make sure that he's ready for the World Cup for Germany. But for this game, Mkhitaryan. Alongside him as the front pair, first of all, I'm going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. He's had a very decent season, in my opinion. Played with an injury for a long period, then went out for 2 months with surgery. And then this last 6 weeks or so, you have seen the Alexandre Lacazette that we bought. He's firing goals. Only 2 Premier League goals behind Lukaku. So hopefully in this game, he can get himself on the score sheet and maybe catch up with him. As the main striker, we're going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, I say main striker, but probably Lacazette will play as the main striker and Aubameyang will drift from the left and come back in. This guy has been sensational since he's joined in January. Didn't play his first game until February. He's already scored 9 goals, 4 assists. He could be in double figures after this weekend. And I really cannot wait to see him next season along with the likes of Lacazette. So, but for this game, last game of the season, gonna go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So there we have it. That is the preview. That is the predicted 1 to 11. Nothing really to play for. We're finishing in 6th place. Huddersfield have survived in the Premier League. Just got to go out there and have some fun and try and put a good performance in and get those points on the board for the first time away from home in 2018. That's the important part. Now, over the course of the summer, there's going to be a hell of a lot going on with my channel. There's going to be some stuff for the World Cup, which I will be announcing soon. I'm also going out to Madrid at the start of June for the Legends match, Real Madrid against Arsenal. Yeah, there's loads and loads. I'm going to be at the kit launch. And yeah, I can't wait. I really can't. I'm glad this season's over, but I can't wait for next season to begin already. That board though, they better make the right announcement, and let's go into the season positively. Let's go into the season with a new sense of hope. I'm also going to be releasing a video of the season review. That'll be interesting, especially when I review the away performances. So yeah, the only thing left to say is if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And to everyone that's followed throughout the course of the season, watching the previews, watching the match day vlogs, I cannot thank you enough. It means the world to me. Over 170,000 subscribers now. I'm aiming for that 200,000 mark. Roll on next season. Last game, Huddersfield. Over to you lot now, Arsenal. I'm out of here.